Whoa, $70 for graphics? Well, let's look into this game and see what's in it for you. Do you remember in the early days when the world was pixelated and you had to squint to see what car you just bought? But since this is a computer game, we can be a little bit more forgiving. Let's put graphics aside and have a look and see what's in this game and if it's worth buying. If you ever played the early Gran Turismos, you can understand the hype when these games would come out. You see snippets online, on TV, even in magazines, and you would say to yourself, the graphics this time are going to be better than before. Because that was the main selling point of Gran Turismo. Look at these graphics and look at the processing power of this new PlayStation. But about 2 hours into playing the game, you've forgotten about the graphics and all the glitz and glamour, and you're focusing on the solo player mode, and you've now just brought your mate in to play multiplayer with him. Single player was always a really big selling point of this game. You were able to race on modern day tracks with a whole plethora of cars, and feel some of that realism through your DualShock controller as well. Then you might get bored and go around the track the wrong way trying to smash into cars coming the opposite direction. You know, standard stuff. So with GTA 7, let's have a look and see what it brings us. So with career mode, it opens up into a large map where you start off in a cafe perusing what should be soybean lattes, but it seems to be replaced with different cars that you can unlock. Hello, soybean latte here. None of that filthy muggle milk you sell. But as you flip through each menu, there seems to be a weird sound effect of what sounds like my cat hucking up a furball. So here is the map screen, which opens up into many different areas where you can explore. We have the cafe, the tuning shop, some of the world circuits, even licenses for the old GT series for people who want to tediously grind through all the licenses to unlock the ability to race new vehicles. Or my favourite, the tuning shop, where you can spend all your hard-earned money on things to make your car go faster. Whether it be sticking on a brand new turbo onto your Toyota Corolla like you do in GT1. Maybe you want to gaffer tape a turbo onto your first car purchase. You know, to make it go faster. So apart from racing, you're going to spend most of your time in the parts shop, going through pages of bits and pieces that you can't afford to buy yet. There are many parts on here you can fit your car, from the basic things like disc brakes all the way up to nitros. As you can see, that each part increases greatly in price, so there'll be a lot of time grinding races so you can afford these parts, which is cool, because it means you can look forward to the next part that you're trying to buy and trying to get the most performance out of your vehicle to win those hard races. Nearly all of these are centered around actually improving the raceability of the car, rather than Need for Speed, where you spend all your money on a body kit which literally has no effect on your car's ability whatsoever. There's also 130 different wheel choices to choose from, so you can really have a little bit of individuality. So as it stands, there's 425 different cars set across 60 automotive brands that you can get in GT at the moment. This doesn't include the ones that you can buy later on in the game, but this does include my favourites such as the Lamborghini Diablo and the classic Austin Mini. There seems to be a broad range of cars, not only from the low budget end, but all the way through to the heritage end, which will include cars from the early GT series, as well as things like the Aston Martin DB5, and my favourite, the Dodge Viper. So without including any downloadable content, at launch, GT7 will have 34 race locations and 97 courses. This will include real and fictional racetracks, and a lot of them are redesigned for different routes. This means playing that racetrack in reverse or a shortened version of a bigger racetrack. There are also tracks from the previous games like GT6 such as Daytona, and other tracks from the earlier series such as High Speed Ring, Trial Mountain, and Deep Forest Raceway. But in this video there's a big list, so have a look see if there's any ones which you like. So what does it feel like to play? So each car handles differently. There's a lot of time and attention gone into the feeling of the cars, not only on the road as you play the game, but through the controller itself. Cars seem to be on point whether you're racing on tarmac or gravel, feeling everything through the PlayStation controller. Sometimes you feel like you're trying to stop a toddler from choking on something. So that crisp reward from avoiding the dirty bits and keeping it on the tarmac is incredibly satisfactory. Each car type has a different specific controlling style. The American muscle cars are incredibly heavy, meaty, and the lightweight supercars will grip to the floor as you nip through the chicanes, as you would expect. Performance tuning. What is that? Graphs in a game? What's this, maths? If you enjoy tinkering with suspension and engine management, it's all there in the tuning facility in this game. The sound in the game, starting with music. So apart from the engine sounds, ranging from the high-pitched, whiny sound of the Formula 1 cars all the way down to the throaty, meaty undertones of the American muscle cars, you seem to be serenaded in this game with some tedious in-game dance tracks, including some synthwave and some unrecognisable disco bangers, and a lot of it is totally uninteresting. I miss the days of GTA 3 where we had Feeder and Goldfinger. He's got a brand new car! So let's get on to micropayments in this game. Gran Turismo 7 costs $70 at launch, which could be €70 or £70 depending on where you are. But don't think it stops there. It's now been revealed at the time of making this video that you can purchase in-game credits in bulk buy. 100,000 credits cost between £2 if you're in the UK or $2.50 in the US, all the way up to 2 million credits, which will be about 20 bucks or 16 quid here in the UK. This means you're pressured into buying vehicles, upgrades, all that stuff on top of a $70 game. We knew this was going to happen. This is EA, remember? And it's always going to be the same, like a Disneyland currency, where you buy $10 worth of D-coin and everything costs about 11, and you don't get your money back where you leave. Well, you don't have to spend money to enjoy every part of this game, but it's definitely encouraged, as completing this game on 100% without spending money will probably take you a lifetime. So what's in it for you? So this game contains hours and hours, if not days and months of content all waiting for you. It's a great driving simulator with lots of levels, a huge amount of cars, some thrilling racing, and some great customization on your car as well. I highly recommend buying this game if you're a big fan of the racing series and realism, but overall I think it's just lacking that little something, that little